What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? You know what time it
Hey,
is?
friends.
Recap. Before we actually get into the mess, I'm gonna play the intro because we gotta get hype, right? What up? What up?
What's up, friends? It's us. We're back. I'm Kendrin.
What's good is your girl Deja.
And together we're Black and Curious. So, as y'all know, we do, a little bit of reality TV, a little pop culture, a little real life, and how all of those things interact with each other. Tonight is Reality Recap Live. We are here.
Recap time.
Yes. What are you drinking? Are you having a cocktail?
So I do have a glass of wine, but I think I'm gonna let that chill for a little bit, and I'm gonna drink this good water.
Cool. Yeah, I'm also having water, but I also have a pear martini.
Oh, that sounds delicious. What's in the pear
Delicious.
martini?
Pear liquor and pear nectar, lemon juice, and actually have a recipe written up, so I will share that with the people.
All right, friends. As you know, she'll drop the actual drinks and all the details for that in our not comments box, in the
description box. Yeah.
Okay. Anywho,
forgive me, I am a little headachy-ish, but I'm pulling it together, so bear with me, y'all.
Well, prayerfully we get through this service quickly. So let's go on ahead and get to the mess.
All right, where would you like to begin?
Ready to Love.
Okay.
So where would you like
to
start?
It was just a disaster. It was so much.
Hands down, absolutely terrible. Like, out of the gate, the Brown Girl Squad, and how it was made clear to them that this was problematic because of the fact that it is divisive. And for Zadia to be up there talking about, no, it's not. Girl, yes, it is. Because if the light-skinned girls had did that shit, y'all would have been mad as hell.
As hell. And the part that, while we're talking about the Brown Girl Squad,
and the denial of the Brown Girl Squad,
they just lie. I don't like lying. Lying, because you know what it is with me with lying? I can always take somebody having bad behavior if they are like, if they have a not a justification, but if they just stand up in it and be like, you know what? I was bitch.
Like me.
Or
it's
or if they're like, I took a few liberties there. Like, I can always, I can get on board with somebody who's like that. But what I can't get on board with is a liar. Because lying to me, this is a personal issue, feels like you are insulting my intelligence. And as a very intelligent person, I don't take kindly to that. And the specific lie that pissed me off was when Kamil was like, I didn't say that. That was a voiceover.
Girl, we was all like, now what in the, like, what is you smoking, sis? Because everybody in the audience and on the cast need to get some of that.
It was just like, it was so clear that you said it. Like, if you're looking at the side of her face, just logistically, like, you're looking at the side of her face, her mouth was clearly moving before she started picking in her teeth.
Hello?
It was her voice. She said it. Everybody heard her say it. For her to sit there and be like, that was a voiceover. Somebody did a voiceover on me.
But
I was so annoyed and so irritated by that. I was just like, you are completely delusional, and I cannot abide that.
Yeah, all of them. Well, not Mumen, but like the Zadia and Kamil are delusional. That's dead what I thought when I was watching them, because I'm like Zadia, you jumping in it and catching. Now you have
you have,
what is it? extension beef. Like you don't really have no issues with nobody, but because you out here talking so much and bumping your gums about this woman who is crazy, like
not well.
I don't know. Like between Zadia, Kamil, and then Naim, I was very much forward to see it telling the fellas to check him.
It was just like in that whole. I don't even remember. I can't even remember all of what he said, but it was very. I felt like it was giving a tone of like they just couldn't handle them or something, or like they just. I don't know.
What it was coming off to me, and this is problematic, but it was coming off as I'm still trying to get this box, so let me, cape for her on national television and make myself look like an idiot. Because bro, didn't know what he was talking about. And then to sit there and say that everybody knows who chose what and what was said in the confessionals. Are you sure? Like during the process, everybody is in the process. If someone chooses to come back to you and say that these things were said, then whatever. But like that wasn't happening. How the hell would you have known what the hell was being said in the lounges, separate of each other? Like what are you talking about, sir?
It's just like the people weren't on board with them because they didn't like them. Like it's that simple. That simple. They were not nice. They were not kind. They weren't even indifferent. Like I can handle an indifferent. They were actively mean and nasty. And people rightfully did not care to be around them. And that's all it is. And this whole like Naim, I can't even remember exactly what he was saying, but it was like,
oh, a whole bunch of BS.
Are you talking about, sir? That is not true.
Exactly. Like bro is hella delusional because like his foundation was that everybody knew what was being said in the lounges, and everybody on the stage was like, "Huh?"
Yeah, no. Not true.
Like, especially when the thing that really threw me was his defense for Zadia's behavior was that all the guys in the lounge chose her.
That's right.
Now that's why I'm like, I'm stuck here. Like, why? What is this point? That is the point, bro. What the front door are you talking about? Nobody would have known anything about that had they not watched the show. Who was gonna go back and tell her, oh, all 8 bros chose you today?
It was very much giving like y'all are just jealous of her, and it was just like, no, she's just not nice.
She's right. Bad attitude galore. Okay,
it was giving very much Dr. Wendy. Like, no girl,
but she's more like detestable than Wendy. Wendy is just obnoxious.
No, I find Wendy to be maybe not quite that bad, but I find her to be quite detestable.
All right.
I don't like Wendy at all.
Girl.
What else? I appreciated the fact that Aisha was not letting them slide. No, she was not letting it go.
Foot on their neck. I am so angry that the intimacy coach did not show up to this damn reunion.
I'm annoyed that she didn't either. And I was like,
so I'm like, shallow girl.
That also means that, was it Frank?
Phil.
He
had to be
that Phil is going to get off the hook and ride off into the sunset happily ever after. And I wanted her to be there to hold
herself or something. Like, girl, what the hell? Like, and I forget. We just had this conversation not that long ago. One of the celebrities was saying, when you don't come to the reunion, maybe it was Andy.
It was Mary on Housewives of Salt Lake City.
But Andy or somebody was saying, like, if you don't come to the reunion, then you get, you give people the right to tell your story. And then, tell their own narrative of it. And then you be mad in the background. Like, no, that's not how this shit works.
Yeah. So it looked to me like, while we're in that neighborhood, that Tyrone and Kheri have been canoodling. Does it look like that?
The way, but y'all, if you watch the beginnings of this here show, we was talking a lot about ReadyToLove, okay, from start to finish. And I was so upset with Kheri because of how she was looking on this here TV, because the bitch is beautiful, okay? Yeah. She came to this reunion slayed. I'm like, now, where was this sister at the time of taping?
Yeah.
I'm like, I see why they've been canoodling, if they was canoodling.
looked like they've been canoodling to me. They had some like they were having some like little private like moments and like glances, and you're just like,
what's going on?
Something's happened here.
Hell yeah, because he probably saw her outside of them dumb braids that she had in the beginning and was like, oh wow, she's really beautiful. She absolutely is. Them stupid braids that she had in her head just did not do her no justice. Like,
didn't do her any justice.
Killed. Okay, sis, killed. You look great on this here reunion, sis.
Absolutely.
Show, not so much. The show was a travesty, but everybody get a one-off.
Yeah. What else? I was surprised that Phil and Sydney are together still.
Child, I think that's lies and propaganda.
Okay.
But before we go there, the other person that looked a horrible, horrific, deadly mess was goddamn Courtney.
Oh yeah, I don't know what the hell happened there.
I said, baby, did you go to the thrift store and shop a prom dress from 1995 and then throw on your Chinese slippers and then tell somebody to press you out? I'm like, what? Like, you looked more like, not exotic, that's not the word. You look more like something when you was on the show with your big curly hair. Like, that shit was a moment for you. And like, the bright color outfits and whatever have you. Granted, she did always have the Flintstone feet slides on, but like
it wasn't good.
It was bad. I was like, you are doing our Leo sistren wrong right now. Okay, when we come outside, we looks right.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
I was upset.
Yeah, it was upsetting.
Like, what the hell happened, sis?
Like, literally, when she first came on the screen, I was like, who is that?
Hello, if it was not for her voice, because she has a very distinctive sounding voice. If it wasn't for her speaking and like really talking, I would not have known.
Yeah,
like a different chick.
I think it didn't click for me.
Of herself.
I think it didn't click for me until they were showing her scenes, and I was like, "That's Courtney." Like,
bitch, what happened?
No bueno. No bueno.
That's so bad. I was just like, yo, like, what happened? Don't they have people to dress you? Like, come on, don't y'all have the dollars to have a clothing budget? The way Simone was talking from off the previous season where her and Rashid, they had like choices of clothes, and like the producers would say, okay, yay to this one, nay to that one, based on like how everybody else's color scheme was or whatever. So I'm like, now, like, with that little nugget in mind, what had happened with this here season?
Yeah.
Because not everybody looked good. Not everybody was abling, okay?
No. Like, some of it was not good. So, back to Sydney and Phil. Surprised that they're still together.
Child, that's lies and propaganda. They are not together. It's giving, we did this to be on TV. Like,
well, I mean, they said they're still together. I'm going based on what they said.
Lies and propaganda. That's gonna be like Liz and Homeboy. They was together for what, 5 months allegedly?
Yeah,
he ran off on a.
Yeah, that was never gonna work. I don't know why they even tried that.
Never.
Anyway, what else happened? We start getting into the whole Mumen and Frank thing.
We have not. We can slide right on over there. It was a lot for that first episode. I will give them that.
Yeah.
I'm just so aggravated at Frank. Like,
yeah,
that gave me. There's a lot of giving of things going on in this here reunion special, but however, Frank's energy gave me. I did this to be on TV.
Yeah.
Is like, I think a couple of days ago offline, I sent Kendra a screenshot of an ad that this man was in. So that tells me that more than just like, I know that Cornelius is an actor, but an actor and a model, but now it's Frank. I think Walter is. I'm like, what? So we just choosing people from off of casting reels and then like y'all are playing characters? Because if that's the case, maybe Kamil really ain't that crazy.
No, that level of delusion is not, that isn't easy to come by. Oof. Yikes. I think what else happened on there.
God,
it was just a lot of nothing, honestly.
It was. I'm disappointed that Mumen and Frank didn't work out because I thought that they were the most sincere outside. Well, I mean, Aisha and Dante seem. No, I think I would give that to Frank and Mumen.
Yeah.
Sincere in wanting to take the time to get to know one another and really figure out if this is something that can be in reality.
Incompatible. They seemed pretty compatible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. That was pretty much that. Anything else? Any other additional thoughts?
Nope. I'm good. We didn't say all the things that was on my damn gears.
Okay. You want to move to what? Porsha?
Girl, may as well. Right on down the line.
Jesus.
Jesus indeed, child.
I just You know what irritates me with Porsha, and this is sort of skipping to the end because the most of the middle was kind of like trying to tie up different stories, but like there was no other stories. It was just like, oh, let's go visit Aunt Liz, let's go do this. But what really annoyed me more than anything is like Porsha really thinks that everything has to be on her terms. Yes. And like
and makes it so that it is, or tries to anyway.
And tries to, but her whole thing, like her whole explanation at the end with Dennis was basically like, well, since it didn't work out that I get the type of family that I want, like basically we're just gonna co-parent and that's it. And I'm just like,
okay, girl.
You didn't consult Dennis before or after you started this trying to bring everybody together. At no point did you ask Dennis, hey Dennis, how would you like for us to go co-parent moving forward? Like at no point did you consult Dennis about anything. So like how can you now say like it didn't work when it was just you made all the decisions? And so like, oh well, because it wasn't my way, that means that we'll just keep it at a distance. And I'm just like, it looked like everybody in your family still like Dennis. So it seemed like everybody else think that he's still family and gonna continue to treat him as such.
On the highest of keys, it looked like everybody in the family like Dennis and don't nobody like Porsha.
Correct. Absolutely.
Because I'm like, anytime you, honey, baby, sweetie, poo poo, and you the auntie, like, the cousins is like, oh yeah, we was hanging with
even Miss Diane. The first episode, Miss Diane didn't go on the trip, Porsha's mom, but Miss Diane and Dennis was at the table eating together. And Miss Diane was like, that's always gonna be my son. Simon who?
This show is very delusional. I just like, what the hell is going on? The other thing, so to move on from Porsha, because you know she's gonna forever be a mess in this whole situation, as far as I'm concerned. That conversation that she had with Londi, I was like, what in the gaslighting hell is happening here? Like, no accountability, no like. No ownership of what had transpired at the table, as opposed to her saying from the start, well, Stormy was closer to me. Yeah. Like, girl, you should have stuck with that from the start before it was all this like, no, I don't have any issues. No, we don't have like, no, I'm not mad at you. Like this is storming off and having this whole scene where she's like, this is bullshit. Who was there for me? Like, what?
It's like, what, girl? It's like she's trying to come up with justification for her actions after the fact, and I'm just like, we're not going to do that.
And the thing about it is like, this is not the first time that people have said this is her behavior.
Yeah,
basically she, instead of matter of fact, I think Dennis said it in this episode, Porsha don't apologize, she'll just do things and you just be like, okay. So
like you want to go to the store with me right quick,
like what,
like how your mom used to do. You hungry? It's like, girl, we have some unresolved issues. Like, what do you mean? I mean, I am, but
facts.
You treat me like trash. No, I'm not. I don't want to go eat with you right now.
No.
You know?
Not if you just abused me.
That's how Porsha is. She's just like, her and Dennis.
She's abusive.
Yeah, and it's like her and Dennis just was in Mexico acting up, about to throw blows at the table. And
not about to did shit.
Well, yeah. She throwing glasses across the room and boom mics and everything else. And then Dennis shows up to drop off PJ, and she's like, "You want to come in right quick?" No, I don't. And I'm so glad that
you psycho.
I'm so glad that Dennis was like, no, I'm gonna stay out here. And she's like, "Oh, well, you think something gonna happen to you if you cross the threshold?" He was like, "At this point, I do not know. I don't know. Could." I was like, I respected Dennis in that moment.
Hello, I mean, because Sis is a psycho. That's what she showed us in this here season of Porsha's Fading Letters.
Oh, and the other thing that was annoying to me is like when Dennis was asking her what part of town she was staying in. That I was just like, and if she didn't want to say it for the cameras,
asking about the school, like in reference to the school.
No, because he tried to ease in. He was like, "Oh, y'all are moving. Well, where are you going?" Kind of like, "What part of town?" And she was like, "Oh, we're coming closer to the city." And he was like, "Well, Atlanta's big. Like, are you talking? You're out pretty far, and Atlanta is big. So, are you going Sandy Springs? You going Buckhead? Like, what are we talking here? This is like." You're coming from outside the perimeter into the perimeter, but it's still like
a big ass perimeter.
It's still like a big old circle. So like, what part of the circle are you going to be in? And like, if she didn't want to say it for the cameras, I get it. So just say like, "Hey, well, let's have that discussion like offline. I don't want my business out there, whatever." But she's just like, "Oh, it's just going to be closer. I mean, you'll find out when you come to pick up Pilar." And I'm just like, why you couldn't just say Sandy Springs, girl? Or I'll be north, south, east, what? Like, why you couldn't just say one of the, say something.
Like, you know that meme that's going around, or like TikTok that's going around, where it's like, "Am I the problem? No, I can't be the problem.
Am I the drama? She is the drama." Absolutely.
And everybody else is to blame. Let she tell it.
Yeah. Porsha is exhausting. Like after watching that, I was just like, I've been on I'm never getting on Kenya's team either, but like I've been on the wrong team on Housewives of Atlanta. I've been on the wrong team. And like she couldn't even like Dennis is talking about like putting together a co-parenting plan, going to court if they needed to, which I think is a good idea. Like a lot of people, they want to keep it out of court, and that's fine. And I think that's good if you can manage it. But at the same time, she's clearly making decisions on her own. She's clearly already talking about putting Pilar in school and is mentioning it to Dennis as sort of like an afterthought. Oh, well, I'm scouting them. But she is absolutely going to put that child in school without Dennis's knowledge. And so it's like, I don't think there's anything wrong with having all of that stuff drawn up. And now she's out of her seat, calling him a baby daddy, telling him he doesn't pay for stuff, even though he pays for school. And I'm assuming that she's not in some little rinky-dink, pre-K down, preschool down the block. Like it's probably a coin. And they have what it seems like pretty split custody. So it's like, well, what if she got all her toys, a whole set of toys at Dennis's house in a room over there, and he's paying for school? What girl? What else?
What are you talking about? What else? Right. What else? I'm like, y'all probably equal money. You match money at this point.
So I'm just like, okay, well then say something if you need, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a bad idea for them to have everything together. And Porsha gives from this experience, like, "Oh, I'm just going to move on with my new husband and we're going to have a family, me, him, and Pilar." And what Dennis? And Dennis is like, absolutely not. Like, no, absolutely not. We're not going to do that.
And I don't blame him. I hope that he go and get everything he can. Okay.
Yeah. And she looked like she was ready to fight him right then, getting up from the chair, like screaming, "Now you're going to turn into a baby daddy because no, like he wants to make sure that his rights are written down. Like there are clear expectations around what it is that they're doing.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
The thing that's so exhausting for me is that, like Lauren said a couple of episodes back, like, Porsha, baby girl, you put yourself in these situations. You created the no threshold. You now created the legal documentation needed to be in place in terms of how you and Dennis parent your daughter going forward. So, like, this constant like projection that everybody else has done X, Y, and Z. They might have done X, Y, and Z, but where is your ownership in the shit?
Yeah, where's your accountability for how you have done?
Damn, like you are literally creating this monster of a thing, and then when the monsters start, going chaos, you all of a sudden are like, oh well, I didn't do that.
Yeah, like you set all of the wheels in motion, and then you're just like, but wait, I didn't. What do you mean? Like, it wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. It's like, yes, you did.
Like,
you did all of it.
Like, you and it's like, start.
The one good thing she did say at the end was like, I need to work out things with my own child's father before I try to introduce all of these moving pieces. And I'm like, yes.
Hello, one of the light bulbs clicked on. You know what? She is giving me, I don't know where the Underground Railroad Porsha is. Like, yes. Like, the light bulbs is still not all on. It's only like one teeny tiny night light in the corner.
It's just, it's not good. It's not good. Not. So I honestly hope this was off her pay, and I hope that she and Dennis actually have a good relationship outside of this, because obviously he did her dirty, cheating on her while she was pregnant, and like nobody would ever say that's right. I'm not saying that Porsha should be with Dennis. Like,
no, not at all.
He did her dirty, but it seems like he wants to be in his kid's life and he wants peace. It doesn't seem like Dennis wants a whole lot of rah-rah. He's like, look, you've moved on. Fine. I messed up. I let that go. It's fine. Move on. I'm happy to try to make peace. I'm happy to show up to Mother's Day and spend the day with y'all, as with the whole family, if that's what it takes. I just want peace, and I want to be able to see my kid.
Right.
And to me, that's what it seemed like Dennis is after. And I don't know what Porsha is after.
That's fair. Porsha just want to win.
Yes.
And that's when people, look the most dumb, because you just out here trying to win. You just want to be right. You just want to, get your goals right and have the flag.
Absolutely.
And it's like, baby, at what cost?
And it's stupid. It's especially dumb because it's like, well, you're the only one that knows the rules of the game. You're playing a game by yourself.
Oh my God.
You have decided in the back of your mind how you would like things to go, but nobody else is on board. Like,
not even how things would go. Like, sheesh, can you hear that?
Yeah.
The hell is going on? Anyway, it also is like, she created the game entirely, like in terms of like the puzzle pieces, and when I move this way, then this person is going to move that way. And to Kendrick's point, it's like, you got to tell people this is the expectation that you want them to do before you flip out. Like,
because I don't think anybody, like, based on the trip, I don't think that anybody really knew what they were there for. Like, I think at the end of the day, they felt like it was a bonding experiment or something. It wasn't like there was no actual work being done, and Pilar was not being centered in any of this. So it's
like what was the point of all of this? This whole show could have been left to the wayside.
There was no point. Is that it? I'm ready.
Oh, yes.
All right. You want to go? What do you want to do next? Ladies Who List?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'm like, damn, do I remember what happened? Hold on. Let's come back to Ladies Who List.
Well, what else we got?
Salt Lake City. You ain't watch that?
I watched
a few minutes.
I watched a few minutes right before we came on, so.
Oh, girl. Well, I don't know what happened either. So we're just going to go back to Ladies Who List.
Well, let me just say this real quick about Salt Lake City. Jen got to chill, man. She got to chill. Because the way she was in Lisa's face, and the fact that Lisa, like, came back down and, like, was over there hugging her, like, oh, it's not you. She was just like, I was just like, what is happening here? She is unhinged. And
very.
I'm not going to say, like, I get it because of all that she's going through. Like, I get the fact that she is falling apart. Got it.
Be at home and fall apart. Don't be out here falling apart on other people.
Correct. And don't every time somebody says something, you ready to like blow everything up into a 25 when it's like literally you're just having a conversation. Like every time it goes that high with her, it's like it starts off from just like a very simple conversation and you're just like, wait, what just happened? There is no clear tension.
Tick, boom.
Yeah, it's like no clear tension, no clear like energy of why she's getting all riled up like that. She's just exploding all over the place, and it's not fun to watch for starters. And I'm like, this is a TV show. This is supposed to be entertaining, and it is not. It's not like, fun to watch.
She is giving very much disturbing, very much for her in an institute. Very much, she needs to be like giving a little message to calm her down.
But this is how she was last season too. So I don't know if the heat of what was about to happen was already starting to weigh on her, or if that's her personality type. I don't know.
Oh, child, we know this is her personality type. If every 5 minutes you screaming on somebody, that's you, baby.
Yeah.
But I will say that this watching like all this play out with Jen and how they talk about her, specifically how Whitney talks about her, I am waiting on bended knee for the tea about her husband and the similar allegations that he caught. Ain't that the case? Isn't that what we said last week or the week before?
It is.
Yeah. Like, So you have all this to say, all this yang, and then a couple months down the road, clink, clink for your partner in crime. Because Canton told us previously on here, the reality recap, Canton told us that he was running the monies through her business.
Wait, I'm not saying that that's what was happening. I didn't say that.
No, allegedly. Let me correct it.
And I didn't even say allegedly. What I'm saying is the way she talks about it, all of the money. This is what we have to do. We have to follow the money. Yes. So like if all the money incoming to the household was the majority from his business and all of that money is fraudulent. And then she's spending all the household money to start her new businesses, whether intentionally or not, she might have a little bit of a problem, is what I'm saying.
Okay, boom.
There might have been a little piece of laundering happening, whether it was intentional or not. You know, that's what I'm saying. Maybe, possibly.
Listen, that's the understanding that I have.
I'm happy to be wrong about that, but
you are wearing me out.
Because listen, that's what happened to Erica Jane. That's what's going on with Erica. Is because of Tom and all of his shenanigans. They're like, now, girl, you might not have known.
Right.
But the money came from the law firm where the embezzlement was occurring to Erica Jane Global. So now the global company has a problem.
That hurts. That hurts. And that's not even my situation. It's just like, damn. So like, damn, what do you do? Guess we'll have to wait and see, Erica Jane girl.
Well, I'm telling you what do you do is one thing. What the courts and what the IRS and the girls are going to do is another. Because if charges get filed, they go freeze all your shit. Because that's what Erica is going through right now. Is all her assets are frozen. Yes, the girls are going to freeze your assets. They're not going to let you keep living.
No, I know that they freeze your assets.
They're not going to let you keep living off the ill-gotten monies.
No, not that. I'm in shock and awe that they have frozen her assets. I didn't even know we had gotten there yet.
Who?
Erica Jane.
I'm almost positive those people have all of their stuff is in bankruptcy right now.
Wow.
So I don't, like I said, I don't know. I don't
Bravo money.
I'm not looking at it, and that's pretty much probably what she's living off of, because that's active income that she's making on her own outside of all of this mess. But anything that's like attached to that stuff is going to get frozen. All the marital assets, because once there's like the embezzlement and all of that stuff, they're going to try to get back as much as they can for the victims. and all of that money trickling through, they're gonna freeze every bit of it.
Ooh, girl.
Erica is probably living off her Bravo money and off of whatever endorsement she's getting, showing her ass on Instagram. That's why she was like, leave me alone. I'm on Instagram making my money. Leave me alone.
She is selling that gooch on the internet.
So
anyway,
all of that to say, I don't know what's going on in Whitney's situation, but we're watching it play out in Erica's.
Hello, right. Sounds similar. So we have Erica, Jen, and now Whitney.
Whitney by association, yes.
Yeah.
Just like Erica's by association.
We need to create like a little chart.
Well, Jen's crimes seem active. Like she was a participant. The other two are by association.
This shit is listen, this is why they say that the Lord does not like ugly.
Yeah. And keep in mind, we already seen Teresa go to the clink.
I can't stand you.
Girls don't play. I'm just saying, like, y'all can think this is a game on this TV if you want to, but the federales, they're not playing.
They're not playing.
They're not playing.
All right. So clearly we did not watch Salt Lake City.
We did not.
So there won't be any conversation about that. But yeah. Do we have anything else?
Ladies Who
List. Yes.
Yeah.
Girl. Robin, she needs psychiatric care.
Okay, wait. Before we get there, I'm looking at Cristyl a little funny too now.
Remember I said, oh well, I didn't say that on here.
No.
So we're gonna say that.
Those two are looking more pea in the pottish.
Very much.
Than before, especially after hearing her hearing Tiffany talk about how Cristyl called her while she was out having a baby, like, hey, do you want to shoot me all of your business and then you can just sit at home and I guess collect a royalty or something? I don't know.
Tiffany was like, no, I'm good over here.
And not trouble yourself. It's like, nah, don't do that.
That sounds like some finessey type stuff.
And that's what Robin did to yeah, she had that finesse energy, and that's what Robin did to old girl when she was like $500 a file.
Yeah, Kiana.
Kiana, yeah. So I was like, it's giving two peas in a pod to me.
Hello,
yeah,
y'all. If you're not watching Ladies Who List, we'll make this plug. There's only been 2 episodes. Get on it, okay? Yes. Support everything Black.
Absolutely. Now, and it was Tiana's outfit that I liked.
Yes,
very much. Yes.
Yeah. I discovered the name long after I had been calling her Nina and Gina.
Yeah. I could not. That's her name. Because you know what it is? What I'm realizing, and I appreciate it. The girls they mix up their looks. So sometimes you be looking for them and you be like, it ain't but 1 or 2 with short hair. So it might be this one, but I don't know. And then you be like, oh, it was a wig. Oh, okay. So that's why I was having a hard time because
Tiana, like why didn't the producing staff tell her if you're gonna have a look, keep your look consistent? Because in the confessional, she got this long ass body wave wig situation.
Yes.
But then on the show, it's this cute, sleek bob. So we're like, she's like easily confused as one of the others.
At least for like the first few. Yes, for the first 2 episodes while we're trying to get to know the girls, like. The wigs were mixing up too much. That's why I was like, I couldn't remember who it was, whose outfit, but it was Tiana's.
Child, yes. Tiana be dressing.
Yes, she does.
Tiffany was taking me out trying to teach her son how to drive. I was very confused as to why the dad was not out there trying to teach him how to drive.
Well, it seemed like dad was busy with the other kids because I think he was saying he had to go take the other kids to like their practices and stuff like that.
I'm like, at that point, y'all could have just switched places or something. Because Tiana said that Tiffany said that she has been experiencing a lot of anxiety and depression throughout the pandemic. So I would think that like trying to teach your teenage son how to drive is very, very stressful.
I don't imagine that going to whatever little league games that they was going to and driving them kids all around Atlanta would be any less stressful. I think I would take the 1 hour go teach this kid how to drive over whatever they was getting ready to do.
I didn't realize that that's what he was taking them to do, so I missed that part.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember exactly what he said they were getting ready to do, but it sounded very like rec sports, and I was just like, no, she got
that's good for you.
She got the
I'm very confused as to what exactly are we trying to do here? Like, you have Kiana, Kyra, Tiffany, and Tiana, who all seem to get along well. And then you have Robin and Cristyl. Cristyl, allegedly, we were like thinking that she was going to be down with the team until we saw how she spoke to homegirl. So it's like, what are y'all trying to do? Because the two, like you said, two peas in the pot. I don't imagine that Cristyl would play well with any of the other ladies, considering that she tried to swindle Tiffany out of her bag.
I don't think I don't think Cristyl wants to play.
Yeah.
Which was confusing because she was at the meeting like she was trying to be a part of it, but also like before she was kind of like, nah, I don't really want to do that, but I'll facilitate for you. That was her pitch to Robin.
But you're very much a part now, which okay.
So, but it also seemed like she was kind of trying to play referee to a certain extent.
Like she was the bridge. I feel like that she's the bridge between Robin and everybody else.
Yeah.
But like she's still just as rickety. Cause like
definitely.
Like nobody between the other ladies, nobody has said anything bad about the other four, but except for the two of them.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Like what are we trying to do here? Like why, if you know that you really don't play well in the sandbox, and then this one over here is also like kind of don't want to play in the sandbox at all, why are we doing this? Why are we here?
Yeah.
Like why is this a whole thing? Understandably, we have to have some sort of a premise for this show to make sense. But like they could have just been a friend group like the Housewives.
Yeah. And all in the same industry. Yeah.
Because I don't know. Undercurrent, like this negative, pitting Black women against one another, even though they are actually in some cases against one another. I don't know that this is going to bode well for consistent watching or consistent series.
No, I think it'll do just fine.
No, not that the show won't do just fine. The theme, like that does not. Yeah, not the show. Obviously, the show's going to do well because we're watching.
Yeah,
and it's in Atlanta.
Yeah. So, I mean, Robin, again, she, like you said, she needs help. I still don't have all the names down yet, but I think it was Kiana. That was
Kiana has the weave with the thing up the middle and then blunt cut. That's Kiana.
No, I'm talking about whoever it was she tried to swindle out of the 13,000.
Cristyl tried to Robin tried to swindle Kiana. And then Cristyl tried to swindle
Cristyl and Tiffany. I got them clear.
Okay, yeah.
It's the Kiana and the Robin. Okay. So even that, like Robin was kind of like once again pulling the Porsha.
Psycho.
Pulling the like, well, I don't know. Like, how would you like me to apologize? Or like I've apologized. And it's like, no, this is a fresh apology, and you just said it. And you still don't know what you're apologizing for. You haven't really apologized for a thing. You're just throwing out your sorry to get on with the meeting. So I appreciated Tiffany. Tiffany seems like she's going to be the level-headed one, like the voice of reason in all of this.
Yeah.
So she was like, well, maybe that warrants a side conversation. Like, let's move on. Let's just have a side conversation about that.
Yeah. I think that like, as this show goes on, poor Robin is just going to disintegrate before our eyes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Like, even with people trying to keep the peace, like, even though, as we've already stated, or did not state, but Cristyl too is also problematic because she is very condescending.
Yeah.
The likelihood of them being able to sustain that,
they're not going to be friends.
Or their frenemyship, because it gives more frenemy than anything else. Like,
definitely. Yeah. I totally agree. And especially with Robin running around hitting people the way she hit Cristyl. She got the right one.
I'm like, girl,
she could have hit somebody else and they would have been on her ass.
But I think
the girls would have been tussling.
It's also a thing too of like, maybe Cristyl and Robin genuinely are friends because she didn't immediately get ready to swing on her.
Yeah, but also don't put your hands on me.
Facts. I am definitely of that ministry.
No, not okay. There was something else. The whole like you're triggered thing. We talked about this separately, but the whole like you're triggered. Like at first I was kind of like, well, but that whole thing, that you're triggered thing is triggering.
Which is why Robin said in that first episode that she was going to trickle this glass into her face or over her head, whatever it was, the champagne they were drinking in the office when she lost it the first time.
It's like, don't psychobabble me when I'm trying to make a point. Now, Robin is nutty and she probably, her points don't be landing all the way and they don't be all the way together. But don't do that. Don't do that. That's not nice.
Robin gives space cadets.
Yeah. So, and there's another different sort of way to be able to communicate with your friend. Like, hey, you seem to be getting riled up about this specific thing. Like, let's talk about that, but off to the side. Like, don't just be yelling, you're triggered, you're triggered. It's like, that doesn't help.
She was probably the annoying kid in class that was always yapping, but like
she's one of those like, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching, I'm not. And it's just like your finger is right there. Like she knows that sends Robin into orbit, and she has not stopped saying it yet.
Like, girl, what is going on? Why are you choosing violence?
Why?
There's both of them equally.
Why?
Yeah.
So,
well, that about wraps us up this week.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Our beauty deets and the timestamps are below. Obviously, we're too late to tell you about the timestamps. We're at the end. And cocktail details below. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Laters.
And